Good morning, everybody, and this is your DAX day trade setups for today. So, knee-jerk reaction to data as far as I'm concerned, and I am ignoring all horizontals now, which I don't normally do. I think those of you that followed me long enough know that. So we're in a triangle on the daily, and we are consolidating, we are squeezing, and something is going to give. Now, ultimately, your top of range is up there, and your bottom of range is down here. Okay, so we're not quite in the middle of the range, which is the bottom end of the range, but we are consolidating in what is looking like a triangle. So we do have a bit of a gap to the downside. I suspect we're going to close that gap, more than likely come back down to this trend line. And then we'll see what transpires from there. Moving average on the daily, I've crossed over, pointing down. We are rejecting the 155 yet again, and the oscillators are pointing to the downside. So not much going on for the bulls at the moment here. Next thing, if we start looking at the 3 hour, you can see, 3 hour, it's been such a volatile and messy ride, but you can see it's been bearish setup for the 3 hour. And we're basically just trailing the 155 at the moment. So I suspect this gap first, then probably, just put that correctly, then more than likely this bottom trend line. And come and tag this trend line down here for a bounce back to the top of the trend line. So I suspect this triangle is going to continue today. I don't see an opportunity for it to break either way. And if we start looking at the 1 hour, you can see yesterday was extremely volatile. Big up. Sort of big up, big down, big up, big down, big up, big down. So this area here is definitely what I'd be paying attention to. I'm just going to do that because it'll drop just below that area. So this is what I suspect we'll probably hit today, 15,300, and then if that gives way, then you're looking for the bottom of the trend line. So until this triangle breaks, I suppose we're not really going to get any long-term trades out of this. But there may be one or two scalps forming, and you'll probably have to be on the 15, possibly even the 5-minute chart. So the reason for that is you can just keep your risk as low as possible. We pop down to the 15-minute. You'll see no reason to get in here, but there's definitely structure down here. So if you start seeing price action on this level, what you want to do, and I'm going to do it this way. Okay. So let's just give you an example here. So here's my double bottoms. You can see lots of pin bars. You can see lots of buyers coming in, a couple of sellers coming in, but your trade level is basically going to be on a break of this swing high and retest. So there's your break, there's your retest, and you can see quite a nice setup. There's inside bar. So there's your inside bar on the previous bar. So that is your setup pattern, and what you're looking for is entry up there. So you're looking at the entry at this 15,253 with a stop right below here. So what that means is you have a 33-point risk, and if you'd let it just ride to the end of the session, it would have been 58 points, but you could have also just moved your stop to entry, and that would have given you a fairly decent move to 230 points the next day. So there are opportunities, that's what I'm saying. So if you come back onto this structure here, you're looking for a fairly decent setup, and just take note of all the the oscillators firstly, and then the moving averages. So you can see how the oscillator is indicating a bottom is coming, and then we rally, come back down, and then you've got the oscillators far apart here, and you're on top of the moving averages. So breakout and retest, check. Oscillators group to the downside, check. Price action, in other words, the price candle bar sticks inside bar or engulfing bar or a pin bar, check. Moving average crossover, check. Retest of a break of a 155, check. So that's what you talk about sure bet trades. Okay, so that's kind of what I would be doing, and you can do that on the 5-minute or even on the 15-minute. And last thing on here, there is a bit of a wedge forming. So there's the neckline of the wedge, and there's the other side of the wedge. So typically what that means is you have, if it does break the wedge, you've got a target up into this area. So converse is true for any shorts. You've got two levels here. So you start seeing any price action in this zone here this morning. So around, I'd put it at this level first, 15442 or 15440 area. That would be the wedge target. Any kind of pin bars, inside bars or engulfing bars off there, that would be a retest of a bigger breakout, and then you've got an opportunity for a short back down to this area here at 15300. So that's kind of the way I would play the DAX today. And I have a feeling we're going to have to modify, well, I'm going to have to modify my strategy to start incorporating smaller time frames and a specific time of day. But we will look through that over the weekend to see whether that's going to work out or not. But longer time frames is definitely not giving you the opportunity to get into the DAX. So maybe it's time to start looking at shorter time frames until we get a bigger breakout. Anyway, that's kind of me for this morning. Hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you on Monday morning. Enjoy your weekend. Cheers.